The confirmation hearing of this Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court of the United States. The hearings are a joke and a complete farce. Smoke and mirrors distraction. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 320 million people, and on an annual basis, a huge number of cases are filed in the United States Supreme Court. And without explanation or without any reason, 99% plus, 99% plus of all the cases that ever get filed in the U.S. Supreme Court simply get thrown in the wastebasket. An extremely small fraction of the cases are ever heard. They're just simply thrown in the wastebasket, like a big paper recycling machine. Now, the reason I'm raising this issue is quite simply this. The hocus pocus mirage, the appearance of the U.S. Supreme Court is that there's this fiction called equal justice under law. That's a damn lie. It's a stinking damned lie. And when you catch them at it, they go into empirical cover-up mode, and they won't discuss it and they won't admit it. So this dog and pony show called the Kavanaugh confirmation hearings is nothing but a bunch of malarkey. The U.S. Constitution is an enormously flawed instrument. The rules of procedure and evidence, both on the criminal side of the law and the civil side of the law, and in particular when it comes to the protection of your so-called constitutional rights, what most people don't understand is that you don't really have any. Sorry, but you can't sue state government actors. You cannot sue the state in a federal court of law to start with, because they have absolute immunity, absolute state sovereign immunity under the 11th Amendment. In other words, if the state violates your so-called constitutional rights, you can't sue them in a federal court of law and ever get to the U.S. Supreme Court. So what I would suggest to people is to get a little bit educated in just how you've been lied to. You've been lied to on a gargantuan, giant scale by the United States government incorporated and all this state educational system. In fact, you've been brainwashed in the state schools. So the next time you think you have constitutional rights, well, think again, because in reality, you really don't. Folks, I'm going to leave it right there, and as always, hasta la vista, God bless, and you betcha, we're coming back.